everyone, welcome back. I'm so happy you're here, and of course I hope you already have an amazing day so far. For everyone who is new here, welcome. My name is Yanni and I'm doing this all about Christmas channel. On this channel I keep it short. You will find lots and lots of seasonal decor DIY, so I hope you like this. If you're not subscribed to my channel, of course I hope you will click the red subscribe button and join me in my YouTube adventure. It doesn't cost you anything and it would help my channel a lot to grow. So for now, of course, I hope you take out your tumbler towel blocks to enjoy me, but if you only love to watch, have fun watching. For today's DIY, we need, of course, our tumbler towel blocks. What would we do without them? Some wood glue. I use a lot of wood glue because it takes a little bit more of your time, but your project stays better intact. You can also use your glue gun if you like this better. Paint at your choice, or maybe some wax, some scissors, some brushes and some glue sticks. So these are the main pieces you will need for this DIY. What we're going to make, we are going to make a Christmas tree on a stand, but we will see how this will turn out. And of course it is always with a twist, so let's start. Our tree, we are going to start from the bottom until up, and I'm going to try to make it so easy as I can, especially for myself also. So that's why I'm going to do 4 blocks, and I'm going to do some glue on the sides, but only on 3 pieces and a number 3, and the 4th is always the closing one. And like this, make a straight line, squeeze it and press it together like this, and make sure that you have a nice line and place it over here. We're getting 4 pieces again, and we're going to do the same. Just do some glue on the sides and on this one, and we are going to roll them together and again in a straight line and squeeze it like this. And we're going to get our wet towel. It's an old towel. I always get it on a little saucer, and I'm just going to lay it beside me and I'm wipe away the glue we don't need like this. I'm going to let it dry in for a couple of minutes, and then we're going to do the next step. Now we're going to do some glue on one of the 4 pieces over here. Just go ahead, do some glue on each and every block this way, and we're going to very easy lay this one on top. And again, make sure that it has a straight line, press it down this way. And we're going to give it, of course, also a couple of minutes to get very steady. And this way we're going to place it over here. What we're going to do right now, we are going to get 4 blocks. And what we're going to do, we do glue on this side. Of course, this you can also do with your glue gun, but of course this is a little bit harder to do, but you will have more fun with your Christmas tree. We're going to place this together like this and keep it in place for a couple of seconds until it is dry in a little. We're getting another block, and we're going to do, of course, also some glue on the side and this way, and we're going to place it against this one. So very easy, just place it over here. And now we're going to do some glue on this side, on the smaller side, and we're going to do some glue on the line on the bigger side, but at the ending. So over here, and of course on this one, I have to show it to you right. And if everything is correctly, I can easily squeeze both of them in, and we get a nice little square like this. And I'm going to let this dry also a couple of minutes. So our bottom and our first little square is already, as I showed you, a little bit better. And what I'm going to do right now, we are going to get 2 blocks, and I'm going to do a little glue on the top of the block like this, and I'm going to place it down and press this one against it just in a straight line like this. And we're going to make 4 of them. So we do again some glue on this one. Of course we're going to place this one against it, very easy. And if everything is dry in a little bit, you can easily remove the glue with your wet towel. Again, this is one. We're going to go for number 3 on the tops. And of course, we can also do it a little bit faster. We're going to do already the other one also with some glue. We're going to place this against each other and this one also against each other. And you see, it has to glue together. We let this dry in also for a couple of minutes. Our 4 pieces are dried in. What I'm going to do on the ending of our block, I'm going to do some glue, this one, and totally around, and on this side, and on the last side I'm going to do some glue. I'm placing it down. I place one exactly over here. I place one this way over here, and of course I'm doing a little bit more glue on the side of this block because he is gluing also the other one. In a moment I show it to you a little bit better. Of course I'm going to do some glue on this side because he's also getting in touch with the other one, and I'm going to do this one. In a moment I show it to you a little bit closer, then you can really see how it's done, and like this. And now we closing everything up like this, and we're going to squeeze it and press it together, and this is flat on the table. And I let this dry in for a couple of minutes, and then I show you how it's really looking like from this side. So our underpiece is drying right now, and he's almost dried in, but you see already it is so easy. This is just one of the pieces we made. This one over here is one, and of course here is one, and this one is one. What I'm going to do right now, because I want the underlayer of our tree a little bit bigger, so you can use it a little bit like a shelf. So you can put a little Christmas, a little Santa on top of here, or maybe some greenery. It doesn't matter, but of course I'm taking one block. I'm going to do some glue on it. I have to look for how I glue it, not totally on the underside and only on the top. So I have to look for myself. So a little top and a little on this side, you see? And now I'm going to place it down, and I'm going to squeeze it in, and this way. We're going to do again on the top over here, and a little piece of the side, and I'm going to place it of course over here again, and we squeeze it again, and the third one of course on the top and a little bit on the side, and we are going to again squeeze it in over here, and the last piece we are going to do over here and a little piece over here, and we are going to place it in over here like this, and I'm going to let this dry also. And you see already it's a little bit bigger, so you can put a little things on top of it. Of course the height will not be too high, but you can do a little things that you have from the Christmas season, maybe memories, or maybe something which is reminding you of Christmas, you can place on this little shelf. So I show you also this one a little bit closer. This is how it's looking like, and how it's built. It's so easy to do. Of course I'm going to do now some glue on the top of this block, and I try to do it more a little bit on the inside, so that not a lot of glue is popping out on the outside. I'm going to get my bottom, and I'm going to glue it exactly in the middle. At least I'm going to try to do it. I'm going to place it, and I'm going to place it down, and and I'm going to turn it around and look for if I have it in a straight line or not. And like this, I'm going to place it straight, and I'm going to let this dry in for a couple of minutes. But we are going further with the next step. We are going to take again 4 blocks, and we are going to make the same little square. Just easily do some glue on this side, and again place one block against it this way. And you see already this block is much bigger than this block, so I have to look for which one is straighter. You see this is a smaller one, so I'm going to leave this one apart, because the middle block, the square, has to be as straight as it can be, because or else it will be very wobbly, and we don't want that. So we're going to squeeze it together. We're going to get another block on the side, and I hope this one is better. So Elaine, I don't know if you're looking this DIY, you see already our blocks are also not perfect, and there's not one package most of the time which is perfect, because every package has almost a smaller block, or there are some pieces of the wood missing. So don't worry about it. we have the same problem over here. Sometimes I don't know how they do it, but they just always get it for each other to get different size blocks inside of it, or maybe some pieces are broken off. So I'm going to place this one over here, squeeze it in and squeeze this together. And now we are going to, on the underside, we squeeze all 4 of them together this way. And make sure that you have a nice straight line. We adjust it a little bit, that you have a nice line over here. And we're going to let this dry. So we're laying our middle piece beside, and we are going to make again 4 pieces of, and now I can use this one. Of course I have to get my towel, wipe away the glue, because it's very easy to get off. And now I can use the smaller block. Now it doesn't matter, but for the middle piece, try to get it as even as you can. Of course, I'm going to do some glue on the top, and I'm going to do it this way and squeeze it and press it down. And we're going to go for number 2. This one over here and this one on top. And again, squeeze them together. And this way, we're going to do for number 3. Over here. And now the last one of the 4. Like this. And we're going to let this dry in also. So all of them are dried in. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do some glue on the ending of this block. Over here, you see already this is the one we just glued up over here, and we're going to place it in a straight line with this block like this. We're going to do for the second one, we glue it over here on the ending again like this, and you see over here, and I'm going to place it down. And oh, I totally forgot, also do a little bit glue on this side. Then you also have glued the sides together. That's always better. It's always a little bit more stronger. And we're going to do for this one, we're going to for the top and a little bit of the side. And we're going to place this one in between. And now we do the last one on the top and a little on the side. And we're going to place, of course, also this one inside. I have to look that I have it in the same place like this, and just squeeze it and press it down. And we're going to let this dry in also. And our piece is already dried in. What we're going to do, I'm going to do some glue. Again, the same like we did with the other one, a little bit on the inside of the opening. So very easy like this, and I'm going to turn them over, and I hope everything will stick in place, but you never know. I'm going to place it exactly in the middle of the other one. So of course, place it down, and we are going to let this dry in. The next step will be, before we go further for the next layer of our tree, I have 4 blocks next to each other this way, and I squeeze them together. I get my ruler and my pencil, and of course what I did, I do 1/3 of the block, so I use only the 3 now. I only use 2/3 of the block, and this piece I don't need. So you just get your ruler, your pencil, and just cut it out of, just draw it out like this. Of course, I show it to you a little bit better. That's why I make it the line a little bit thicker before I'm going to sew it. So this is what I mean. You just make a line and you just cut all 4 of the blocks off from all 4 blocks. And then we can make our next layer. That's a better explanation. And now we're going to do the next layer. And first we're going to make a square again. So very easy, and I'm just doing it together with you. I know not everyone is liking the step-by-step, so I don't know if you really don't like it. Of course, maybe this channel is not your channel, because I always love to do it and show it step by step, and it takes a little bit longer of your time, but it's very easy for you then to finish your own project, of course, because you don't have to make the mistakes I make. So that's always the greatest thing. And of course I'm doing some glue over here and like this. But of course I hope you will stay. I have to look, of course I have to turn it over because I had it on the wrong side. You see already that mistake you don't have to have to make. So you see now we already have our own square and we are going to squeeze it and press that together like this. We are going to get our 4 longer blocks. And here you see we have the 4 blocks I just did with my jigsaw, and this is 2/3 of a block. So I'm going to get this one and I'm going to glue this one against it. Very easy. And then we go, if everything is correct, layer by layer, we go to a point like this. And again, this is one. And squeeze it and press it together. This is one. We are going to go for a number 2. And a little bit of glue. And we're going to place this one together. We're going to go for number 3 and we're going to place this one together. And we're going for the last one, of course, some glue. And now we already have the layer, next layer already, like this. We let this dry in for a couple of minutes. So it did dry in for a couple of minutes. We do on the longer block the full line like this, and on this side only a little piece this way, and we're going to lay it down and we're going to squeeze it against the middle. We are going to do here the same, a little on the smaller side, and on the longer side we do the whole piece. And again we're going to place it over here. Make sure that you squeeze it together. We're going to do for this one the same, the longer line over here and the smaller over here. And we are going to, of course I have to do it this way or else we're going to go wrong. I'm not going to do it the right way. I see already. This is one big mess. I have to think, I'm totally lost it. Yes, I found my way again. So I'm just going to do some glue on the smaller piece and on the longer one. Sometimes if you're thinking too long about it, then you are really started to doubt yourself if this is correct or not. So this is really a hard thing to do. Of course, we're going to let this dry in. And you see, we already have here the top of the tree, and I'm going to do again some wood glue on the inside of the opening over here. Just make it as close as you can. And again, we are going to get him off and we're going to turn him over and we're going to place it on top of the middle again and just let this dry in also. And we're going to do the next layer. We are going to start again easy. Of course, I know it is really maybe for some of you boring, but we're going to make the square again and this way. Some glue on this side. And if you are going to make this DIY or maybe another DIY, not only from this channel, of course, but all about Decor Easy channel, maybe you could like to show us what you made, and we would love to see it. So maybe you can send us a mail with a picture from your DIY or your project. We would love to see it. So maybe if you liked it, we would love to see what you make. A couple of you already did, so I am always hoping that a lot of you more are going to make it and maybe have some fun with it and show us also in a picture, because that would be amazing. And maybe we also can post it on our community tab so that you did make it if you liked it also. But it's of course up to you. You don't have to do it, but if you like it, we would love to see it. A picture out of it. So this is already number 1. We are going to get 4 blocks again like this, and we're going to get now the half blocks. This is not the 2/3 but the half. So again we're going to do some glue, and you see now we're going smaller and smaller, and we are almost there. Don't worry, it's not a lot of pieces more. So, and this one, and we are going to go for this one, and the last one will be also right now. We do some glue on the last, and we're going to let this dry, and we're going to make the next layer, and this way. So it did dry in. So again, we do on the longer piece the glue and a little on the smaller, and I'm going to place it on this one. Of course, I have to go a little bit back or else it doesn't fit. This way, again on the longer one and on the smaller one, and we're going to place it over here, squeeze it and press it in, and again on the longer piece like this, and on this side. And we are going to have to look for that I have it in a straight line. We're going to go for this side, and now we only need this one, and again on the longer side and on the smaller one, we're going to place it down again, and we're going to squeeze it together this way, and we're going to let this dry in also. So you see, this is already the piece with the half block, and I'm going to do again some glue on the inside of the opening over here, and we're just going to let it fall again on top of our middle piece of our tree. Again, just let it fall down like this. I have to turn around if I have it on the right spot, because we don't want to have it in the wrong place, because now we can still adjust it. And you see already he is already getting bigger and bigger, and now we're going to do really the last of the layer. So we are going to do the last layer, and this will be a very small one. Of course, we start again with our a little square in the middle, because that's the main base of our tree. And we're going to do number 3. And these are so easy to make, and you can make this squares with anything. So if you have other projects, this one is such a study base. If you want to have a study base, this really is a study base, because if everything is dried up and you do it with some wood glue, you have a really study base. So give it a try. And this one will be over here. I'm going to squeeze it and press it on the underside, because or else everything will fall apart. And this way. And I'm going to let this dry. So our middle piece is drying. We have now the 4 pieces which were falling off of our 2/3 piece. So this is 1/3 of a block. So I'm going to get 4 blocks again, and I'm going to place this a smaller piece also. And it's better if you glue the side which is not with the saw, so with the jigsaw, which has a cutting line. So always use the flat side. So this is one, and of course I'm going to do this one, because the other side I did with my saw. And this will be a number 2, and this will be a number 3. And then we already have the last layer of our tree, and I think it turns out like a real tree with a twist, because I don't think you have more trees this way. And I'm going to go for this one and squeeze it together and press it down and let it dry in for a couple of minutes again. And you see, now we're going to do the last. We are going to do a little on the longer line and a little on the smaller line, not too much, only it's the small piece. I'm going to lay it against the block at the ending like this. I'm going to do here the same on the longer line, and a little small piece over here. And again, I'm going to place it against here. Of course, this way. I'm going to do number 3, the longer line, and the smaller line. Of course, I have to be sure that I have it in the right space. And again, over here. And now the last one, the longer line. And then you don't have to hear me saying it again. Then we are really at the ending. So don't worry, you did get there. Like this. And now we're going to let this dry in. So we have again our tree here, and we are going to do some glue on this side, on the middle side, around it, like this. And we're going to place this one also upside down on here, just in the middle. Make sure that you have the right space, give it some pressure, and then turn around to make sure that you have it on the right spot, because we don't want to miss it. And if there's some glue coming out, get a little of your brush and your towel and just wipe away the glue you don't need, like this. And I showed you a little bit closer. Now you see the ending. This will be the end. Of course, we can stop this way, but what I'm going to do, I'm still always against wasting pieces. We still have our half pieces because we did a one block in half. So we still have this piece. What I'm going to do, I'm going to place this aside. I'm going to get this for, and I'm going to go make from this piece also a little squares. Make sure that you have the cutting lines on top. I'm going to do this one. I'm going to place, I have to look that I have the cutting lines on the, yes, this is the cutting line. So I'm going to go it over here, place it this way. And now we're going to get again, we do some glue on this side. And I am totally on the wrong side. You see probably all, it's very hard to see. So I really have to look carefully. Of course, this is the side with, oh no, I was right, because it is the top. So sorry, I'm just a little little looking for what can I do the best. And this way, and I have to look that this one is the top here. This is also the top, and this one is the top. Now I have find the right the right lines. So this one, and a little on this side. Of course, I do it already the wrong side, because you see, and it's so easy to wipe away, because if you have a wrong piece, you see already, you don't have to make this mistake like I do, because I have to do this. So I have to do it over here, because I want to have the cutting line on top, and this way. And now I'm going to place it over here to make a nice little square like this. And I'm going to let this dry in for a couple of minutes. It's very small and very little, and so great that I make the mistakes already for you. And our little square is almost dried up. What I'm going to do, I have a big bead, a wooden bead, and I'm going to glue it on top of here. So I'm going to do some glue over here, just on the rounding of the bead, like this. And I'm going to place it on top of our little square, and I'm going to let this dry also. So our wooden ball is drying, and I have here a push pin. You see here, of course, I showed you this is one, and I'm going to glue this on top. So I'm just going to do some wood glue on the opening of the bead, and I'm just going to let my push pin fall inside of the opening, and this way. And I'm just going to let this dry also. And you see, now we have a nice ending of our Christmas tree on top. Now the only thing we still need to do is, of course, glue this little top on here. So I'm going to get my wood glue again, and I'm going to do some glue on the inside of this one. You see already, I hope you can still see it on camera, like this. I'm going to place it over here, and I'm going to place it above. I hope I can show it to you. Oh, you are here. Oh, you see already. I'm sorry, you didn't see it. I'm going to place this one over here, very easy, and just let everything dry in. So I just wanted to show you also from this side how the tree is turned out, because he's so big I can I can't show it to you on the other side of my table. So you see already this is how he's turned out into a neutral way. I am really loving it already so much. There are people who love this also, but I'm going to show you a little idea how to you can decorate it. But of course, go ahead, decorate it any way you like, because it's for your home and for your Christmas. So you have to do it your way, but I'm going to show you right now a little neutral way how you can easily decorate it and even looks more like a Christmas tree. You see, I placed you a little bit closer, and now you can see the underside, the first layer of our tree. I'm going to do this first layer together with you, because or else it will be very boring if I repeating the same over and over again. And you already had that with the tree building up, so so I'm not going to do it again. So I'm going to take 4 pieces of 3. I'm going to show you this way. This is just always pieces of 3, and I'm going to get them always from a branch like this. You see, this is the bigger branch. I know it's in your face right now. Right now, but you see this, I'm going always cutting it smaller, because then you have more for your money. So I'm going to do 3 pieces. What I'm going to do on the back side some glue with my glue gun. Very easy. Well, of course I'm always under the glue, and I'm going to place it. I have this piece, this sticking out. I'm going to lay it very easily down like this, and I'm going to keep it in place for a couple of seconds until it is dried up. Turn it over, and I'm going to get another one of 3 pieces. Again, do some glue on the ending. You don't need more than that. And we're going to stick it, of course, this place of this way, and also a little bit sideways on the middle of the, you see, on the inside of the tree like this, just in the middle. Squeeze it in until there, and keep it in place for a little moment. And now we're going to do on this side the same. Some glue on here, and we're going to squeeze it in, and again until the back side, and do it a little bit sideways, and keep it in place until it is dried up. And you can work a little bit with the branches so it falls a little bit over your tree. And we're going to do the last one. Of course, you can bend it out. I hope you can see what I do. It's so difficult to get everything in the camera. Of course, on the ending again. And I'm going to place it over here and keep it in place for a little moment. And I'm going to wait until it is dried up. And you see, because this under piece is a little bit bigger than the top piece, I'm going to, you see some little openings, you see here, and if you look in here, it's open. I'm going to get some loose branches like this, very easy. Just rip them off your branch. And of course, I'm going to cut off a little piece like this, so the plastic is away. I'm going to do a little glue on the ending, and I'm going to very easy squeeze it inside over the ending of the greenery, because we don't want to see the plastic of the greenery. So very easy, just take a piece of the branch off. I'm going to cut it off, this little piece, do some glue like this, and we're going to go and squeeze it over here and place it inside until here. Keep it in until it is dried up. I know sometimes I'm sounding like a record, but of course I only want that you have the same finishing like I have. Of course mine is not perfect, I'm not saying that, but I'm always trying to get it as perfect as I can. So this more a little one, just do a little dab on the underside and squeeze it in until you are with the other branch, so it's closing up together, so you get a nice round around your piece like this. And now we only need the last one, and we're also going to cut off a little piece of the plastic, and again some glue, and we are going to place this also inside over here and let it dry. I'm going to remove the glue and I'll keep it in place like this. And now you have a nice closing piece at it. Everything is closed. What I'm going to do, I'm going to have always a large branch of with this kind of berries like this, and you can choose anything. Maybe you like another color better, black color, maybe a green color, white, do whatever you think is right. I'm always cutting little pieces off, and I'm going to do a little on the ending, on the tip of the glue, only a little, and I'm going to place it in between the branches just like this and keep it in place for a couple of seconds until it's dried up. I'm going to turn it over, take another one, do some glue on the ending, and again we are going to place it up and we're going to press it down until we have a nice rounding with also a couple of our berries. We're going to go around this one. We do some glue. Oh, you see already the glue is already gone, and I'm going to lift up this one and I'm going to place it under here, and again make sure that you stick it in place. And now the last one like this. Of course I need another one, and I'm going to do some glue again, and I'm going to lift this one up and place it underneath and just squeeze it down with the branch you lifted up. But of course you can do it any way you like. So I am already loving the neutral tone, and I'm going to build this up layer by layer, and you see in a moment the end reveal. But of course go ahead, you can do it as crazy as you like. I like a little bit more of the neutral tone, but you can go anything you like. And here you see finally a quick impression of my Tumbling Tower Blocks Christmas tree with a twist. Of course, I always love to make it a little bit different than normally. Of course, I hope you took out your Tumbling Tower Blocks too and did this DIY already together with me, and you have right now also your own Christmas tree. Of course, if you make it from the Dollar Tree blocks, then you have a little smaller size and it's more fitting for in a tray. This is for with the biggest blocks, and he is a little bit more bigger and more difficult to place somewhere, but I am really happy how this one turned out. Of course, if you are just here for watching, I hope you had fun watching, and if you're not subscribed to my channel, I hope you will click the red subscribe button and give me a thumbs up. It would help my channel a lot to grow, and it doesn't cost you anything. If you want to see more DIYs, come on over to my description box. There you find the link for our DIY channels. Go check it out, and I hope to see you there. And for now, have an amazing day. See you next time. Bye.